How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good. Is this your place?
Yeah.
Perfect. You know why we're here?
And I assume noise.
Noise, yeah.
Yeah.
Big speaker right there?
Yeah.
Nothing against having a party. Once neighbors start calling in, then we have an issue.
Fair.
You go to school?
Yeah.
Okay. What year?
Senior.
Senior. Okay. So I'll tell you the same thing I told them. You probably know the drill, right?
Actually, no.
Oh, okay. So usually, at least for me, I'll give you a verbal warning.
Okay.
Once I have neighbors calling in, your music's too loud, you're disturbing the peace.
Yeah.
Nothing against having parties, nothing against having people over who are overage to drink. But again, once we start disturbing the neighbors, then we've got an issue.
Yeah.
Noise ticket is up to 300.
Yeah, somewhere around 300, 400.
Okay, it's a pretty expensive ticket. I don't want to give that to you. That being said, this is your place, so I'm going to hold you responsible. Because it is your place, you're also responsible for everybody here.
Yeah.
So I'm going to grab your info.
Yeah.
And if I do have to come back here, a $300-some ticket's coming your way.
Okay.
And it only gets more expensive from there. Is that fair?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
fair. Absolutely.
Actually, let's just do it this way. What's a good phone number for you? Is this 1122 here?
Yeah.
Okay. Sounds good. I'd much rather you spend that $300 on beer or something fun than a noise ticket, right?
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah. That being said, warnings. Don't do it again.
Yep.
I'd hate to come back and feel.
911, what is the address of your emergency?
Hello, 911. Hello? Do you need help? Where are you? Hold on 1 second. I can't hear you, okay? Say it again. I can't hear you, dear. Can you speak up just a tad bit louder? Say it again. I'm going to listen very hard. 701? 77? 1707? Okay, hold on 1 second. I need somebody to pull my channel. Thank you. That's okay. I understand you're having a hard time. Say it again, okay? I'm trying to hear you. 717? 707? Okay, 707 what street? 707 29th Street?
I don't know my address.
You don't know your address?
Oh my God.
Okay. Are you calling me from...
Oh my God. Sorry.
Try to say the address, okay? What's going on? Okay.
What's
Okay.
the address? We're on 47th Ave and 34 bypass. It's the apartment.
47th Avenue and the 34 bypass in the apartments?
Yes.
Okay, what's going on?
I was raped.
You were what?
I was raped.
Okay, did the person that did this to you, are they still there?
Just left.
Okay. He just left?
Yes. He's about, I think he's like 5'8", 5'9", about 160.
Is he black, white, or Hispanic?
He's white. He's about 160 pounds. He's wearing glasses, white tennis shoes on, and a black shirt.
Black shirt and jeans?
I don't understand.
Okay.
White tennis shoes.
And white tennis shoes?
Yeah.
He just took off? Do you know this male?
What?
Do you know him?
No, he knows my roommate.
Resumed today at the University of Idaho, 2 months after the brutal murders of 4 students sent a chill of fear across the campus.
We are seeing most of our students return. Our enrollment actually looks to be higher than it was last spring. It's still a very safe community.
Members of the Sigma Chi fraternity posted video of their return with the hashtag #LiveLifeLikeEthan, a tribute to their slain frat brother Ethan Chapin. The accused killer, Bryan Kohberger, is due back in court tomorrow and is expected to enter a not guilty plea. According to People magazine, he briefly opened up to cops who were flying him back to Idaho following his arrest at his parents' house in Pennsylvania. It's really sad what happened to them, a source quoted Kohberger as saying about the 4 victims. He was saying something to himself like, "I'm fine, this is okay," like he was reassuring himself that this whole thing wasn't awful. The party house where the murders took place remains off limits and under police guard. Fox Nation's Nancy Grace, host of Crime Stories, posted this close-up look at how easy it was to spy on the murder victims from a parking lot behind the house.
Just looking up here, I feel like you can see straight into their home. These girls never had a chance against a predator.
Have you ever wondered how accurate police sketches are? I'm going to show you some sketches, then I'm going to show you the person that was caught, and we're going to see. And I cover all things spooky on this channel, so make sure you follow along. So this photo right here is a police sketch of the original Night Stalker, also known as the Golden State Killer. The Golden State Killer is known for terrorizing California in the 70s and 80s. So it took a really long time for them to be able to catch the Golden State Killer, and part of the reason is they thought that he was two different killers at first. They thought it was one person who was responsible for a bunch of SAs that were happening in Northern California, and then a separate person that years later was responsible for taking people's lives. But DNA evidence proved that it was one man, and these are some sketches of him. One thing that really stands out to me is this like all-American kind of boy next door look that he almost has. In 2018, DNA evidence proved that it was Joseph DeAngelo who was the Golden State Killer, but let's look at some pictures of him when he was younger. The other photos to me don't look as similar, but this is spot on to me. There's so many little details in this photo that are correct, from the swoopy hair to the chubby cheeks and the thin lips. Like even the ears look identical. And you'll notice here that he is in a cop uniform because he was a cop, which is something that they figured because of the nature of his crimes. One thing that he would do to victims was he would wake them up by shining a flashlight into their eyes, which is something that the police would use to disorient people that they were arresting. Ultimately, it was DNA evidence from a genealogical database that put him away, but I'm a little bit surprised they didn't catch him based on the sketch because it looks so similar to me.
This man's wife went missing on January 1st, and one of the things that they found in his search history on his computer was how to dispose and dismember a 115-pound body. This is Brian Walsh, and he was married to this beautiful woman, Anna Walsh. Anna is from the Middle East, extremely intelligent, went to Ivy League colleges, makes a ton of money, and most importantly is a mother to 3 little boys who are under the age of 6. She went missing on January 1st after supposedly taking a ride share to the airport from Cohasset, Massachusetts to Washington, D.C., which, by the way, she never had a ride share scheduled. She never got on a plane. And this is all according to her husband, Brian. But you know what did happen? Her phone pinged twice on January 1st and January 2nd in her home. You know what else happened? During the search for Anna, police found a bloodied knife and blood in the basement. After leading investigators on a wild goose hunt and stating that he was at all these places taking his son for ice cream, visiting his sick mother, when he was actually caught on camera buying $450 worth of cleaning supplies from Home Depot, using cash, wearing a mask and gloves while doing so. Police ended up arresting the husband, but not for murder, for misleading a police investigation. Over the last few days, they've been collecting trash out of a nearby dump where they have found a bloodied rug, a hacksaw, and a hatchet. But Brian is still maintaining his innocence. You see, Brian was on house arrest for a previous charge that happened in 2016, where he sold 2 fake Andy Warhol paintings for $80,000 to someone over eBay. He was originally supposed to get around 50 years in prison and have to pay $1 million fine. However, it was looking like he was actually not going to get any time at all. But during that process, he caught another federal charge whenever he plundered his dad's estate after he died. Brian's an only child, and his dad left him out of the will because of how awful of a human being he was. His dad actually said in the will, "Best wishes, but nothing else." I imagine that completely enraged him. So he helped himself to over $100,000, sold off a vehicle, took pottery, paintings, all kinds of stuff. Got caught by the feds and got charged, and so now he was looking at 30 months in federal prison, and he was awaiting his sentencing before all this stuff with Anna happened. The police have recovered all this bodily evidence, but no body yet, leaving everyone, her family, her friends, to question, where is Anna? And this asshole's not talking. He put in a not guilty plea, and the judge set his bond for $500,000 cash, and investigators are scouring and searching everywhere for Anna.
Except lifetime. My love takes me higher. I bring that fire, and I got everything that I need from you right here. I've never felt so alive now. Can't bring my fire.
From the office of the governor, all pleas for clemency are hereby denied. Prepare. 4, 3, 2, 1. Now!